What's up, guys? It's me, Akemi TCG. I forgot my name, bro. We're here with Team DBM. What does that stand for?
Don't ban me.
Yeah, we got the squad
Don't
here.
ban me. Squad.
And what are we playing
over
today?
there, but he's doing stuff.
What's the deck today?
So the deck we have today is Adignisters today. So me and my teammates, we got the case. So we got 12 boxes, and I was able to really get a place of everything. The only thing I was missing was pretty much like one fire and two of the islands. I was able to trade for the rest. So as soon as the set was out, I already had the deck complete by the set coming out.
Alright.
So yeah, it was pretty easy to get everything. But yeah, without further ado, I'll go over the deck.
Let's go right into it.
Let's go right into it. So obviously, gotta play this. The best Agnister main monster, Bikari. So Bikari is pretty much your searcher for any of your AI spells and traps. So very important to get the island and get the Monster Reborn spell as well. So you want to play 3 of this, mandatory.
Okay.
And the second effect is you can target one other Agnister and make it level 4, which is really good to get into the Light Dragon that I'll show y'all later. So
Okay,
you definitely need to
got
play 3. Yes, it's too good.
So that's for the quick rank 4s, right?
Yeah, for the quick rank 4s, yeah, because not everyone's level 4. Like Cam's level 2, and the Chi-Chi. This is the second best monster. This is like the Stratos of the deck. I can get any level 4 or lower Ignister, which is so I can pretty much get Bikari or any of my other monsters.
So like your whole deck, right? It's
pretty much your whole deck.
Okay.
And then the second effect, which is pretty interesting, it has a second effect that works well with the extra deck monsters, 2 of them. I can banish it, like during the battle phase, I can banish it and destroy my monster by a card effect. I know it sounds weird, but the way it works is like it works with this because if you have this in the grave, you can banish it, and if like one of my monsters is destroyed by a battle card effect, I can banish this and return any monster or any card per se on the board to the deck. So it's pretty good, but the main reason, like for the fire one, is for the Link monster itself. Because if this card is destroyed by a card effect, I can actually not only special summon it during the next standby phase, but I can destroy one card on the board. So if it's destroyed by battle, I don't get that effect to destroy a card on the board. So it's kind of like, it only works best with this.
So because you destroyed it by a card effect, you get the pop on.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, got it.
Instead of having it destroyed by battle, yeah. So it's mainly used for this, but you can use it for the unicorn too, so you can have it engraved for the grave effect.
Okay, so there's synergy there.
Yeah, synergy there, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, so 3 of this. But it doesn't really come up all the time, sometimes. But.
Okay.
And then 3 of the Doyon. You can honestly play 2 or 3. I prefer 3 sometimes because I do play cards like Silent Mining, and I also have like Twin Twisters on the side as well to discard. So sometimes it doesn't really, it's not that bad to open with it sometimes.
Right.
But you definitely need to open it with like at least Bikari or a Chi-Chi. Otherwise it's kind of bad. But it's still pretty good because now, like when it's on summon, I can add any Ignister from my graveyard to my hand, which is pretty good, for recycling. And another reason why I kind of like playing like multiples is because the when it's used for a link summon of a Cyberus monster, I can add any AI spell or trap from my grave to my hand. So like so I can pretty much add like the Reborn card, this card. This is special. Yeah, so it's pretty good to like, always have this back in my hand at times.
Okay.
So yeah, but if you want to play 2, it's fine. You don't have to play 3 if you don't want to.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And there's another one I play 3 of. Bakru, it's a weird name to say, but this is like the Foolish Burial for the deck. So it allows me to dump any of my Ignisters from my deck to my graveyard. And this is pretty nice because especially with how we play 3 of this, it helps me sometimes get anyone I want, whether it's one of these guys.
Okay.
So, being able to reborn any of them is really good, And also, another cool thing about that card is when it's used for a synchro summon of a Cyberus monster, the monster that I use with it would be able to summon back. So if I use, say, for instance, like these 2, for the synchro summon of the unicorn.
Yeah.
So I would, synchro, and I could special summon the card that I use with the tuner. So it's really good to like, to establish your board state still. It's really powerful. So I like playing 3. It's another one you can play 2, but I like 3. I think 3 is fine with the deck because it works well with the Reborn.
So it's like Armageddon Night on crack.
Armageddon on crack. Yeah, exactly.
It's good.
And then the only this is a 2 of Doyon. This one's pretty good. It allows me to, if I control an Agnister, I can special summon it from my hand for free. So I don't need the field spell, which is nice. And another thing that's cool is the effect I can return a Link monster from my graveyard. It has to be Cyberus. and I could add AI Love Fusion from my deck to my hand, which is this card, and this is why you only need one because you can search it easily. So
okay.
yeah, I only play 2 because other than the one target to get this, it's just a special summon, so I don't really need 3 of it.
Okay, would you say that kind of bricks?
Yeah, it can break, but it is at 1, so I don't see it all the time. But sometimes actually seeing this is pretty good because this allows me to, if I'm playing a deck that has a Link monster, I can use their Link monster in any of my Agnisters, which is cool. So it's not a total brick, but I guess going first, yeah, it can brick. But this deck goes second. You don't want to go first.
So it's kind of like a soft super poly, right?
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like a soft one because it's not quick play, and obviously they can negate it. But yeah, 2 of this is fine, honestly. And then finally, the last for the main deck. Oh, there's one more, but for the lower level ones, 2 of this. Hit 2 Yari. So this one's good. It's like the Earth one. You can special summon it from your deck, from your hand. I mean, from your hand for free if you control an Ignister. So it's the same thing like the Earth one in a way. But the second effect is pretty nice too because it allows me to search for this guy. Oops. It allows me to search this one, which is nice. By tributing another Ignister, or I think it says Cybers. Let me see. You can tribute. Oh yeah, just one other Cyber. I thought I said Ignis.
So it's generic. Okay,
yeah, it's generic, which is pretty cool. So you can tribute any Ignis Cybers, yeah, and you can add like this to your hand. And what's crazy is if you tribute like a link monster that's Cybers, you can add the ritual spell as well. So you can add this and pretty much add where is it? You can add both of these for free. So that's why I kind of like been trying it out because it's not a total brick if I can use the effect. So it's pretty nice, you know. Because this card, when I get into this card effect, man, this card's good.
So, but for this one, right? If you draw into this, then you cannot use this effect, correct?
Yeah, if you draw into it, yeah, you can't use the effect, which sucks. But what's cool is that even if you like kind of like draw that, you can use this to search this. But obviously, I mean, you wouldn't want to waste it on this, but if you already had like the field spell or something, or the reborn one, then it's fine. But yeah, you can search it with that, and then even if you draw the spell, same thing. You can add the monster as well, but you can't get the spell because you already have it. So, and then pretty much the last one is this one. This card, man, is pretty crazy. Like, when it's summoned, it allows me to return all monsters of 2,300 or less from my opponent's board back to their hand.
What the heck?
Yeah, it's pretty insane. So it can
original attack or current attack? Oh, it's current.
Yeah.
Man,
so it's pretty nuts. And what's the second effect is it allows me to return all my link monsters from my graveyard to the deck, my extra deck, and it allows me to negate one monster, and it becomes 0. So that's the second effect. It allows me to negate and make its attack 0 by returning all my link monsters, not just one. So it's pretty insane to return like all my...
return everything, drop an attack to 0.
Yeah.
Then if it attacks something over battles, then it has another effect, right?
Yeah, when it attacks, it reduces, it cuts their attack in half. So.
This card can get over everything.
Yeah, it can get over everything. It's pretty stupid. That's why I decided to play 1 because it really comes up at times. And it can just blow out people. It's really
nice
good.
Is this is an out to BLS. When BLS is at 4,500, that's an out.
Yeah, I feel like if I couldn't search the spell with this, I probably wouldn't play it because I wouldn't want it to be too bricky. But because you can search both, it's actually not that bad. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, you just pray you don't draw either.
Right, exactly. I just probably don't draw either, honestly. And then for the last of the main deck, there's just 2 of this. Balancer Lord. So it's pretty good. Balancer Lord, it pretty much pay 1,000 and you get an extra normal summon for a Cypress monster, which comes up pretty well sometimes. But another reason I love playing it is because of the banish effect. Because if I use Cypress Wiz Kid, this one, I can banish it, and if I already have Ignisters in my hand, I can special summon it for free. So it's pretty good, you know, just that little synergy. Yeah, it comes up at times, which is pretty nice. So that's pretty much the main deck right there.
Yeah, playing that Math Mech card, I like it.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right, and then now to the spells.
On to the spells, man. Talk about one of the craziest field spells, man. This card right here. The only thing is that it locks me into Cybers, but you have to play it 3 because you want to keep your engine going of summoning monsters.
Yeah.
Because it allows me to summon each different one with a different attribute, but I have to have no monsters in my main monster zone.
Yeah.
So as long as I don't have anything in my main monster zone, I can pretty much summon each different attribute for free, and it's just so nutty. Like, oh my goodness,
It's so free.
Yeah, this is the one that gives you all the plays. So you gotta play 3. You gotta see it right away.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's gonna be kind of slow to like fully OTK.
Yeah. There's a dual upload coming up, and you're gonna see how he abuses this card game 2.
Yeah.
He killed me with that card.
It's too good,
killed
man.
me.
I'm telling you.
Alright, here's your Monster Reborn.
Yeah, AI Reborn, man. You gotta play 3. It's a quick play. It allows me to special summon not only the main deck monsters, but the extra deck monsters, which is pretty nice. So I really like playing it because sometimes if I have to go first, I can set it and then special summon something, you know. So it's not that bad. But you want to play 3. Doyon, the purple one, allows me to add it back to my hand as well.
Yeah.
But you definitely want to see it sometimes.
Does it have a banish effect in the graveyard? Or?
Yeah, it does have a banish effect. It doesn't really come up. I never really use this one, but it says you can banish this card from your graveyard and 1 card from your hand, then target 1 AI spell or trap that is banished on your graveyard, except AI.
Okay, so that could come up potentially.
Yeah, it could come up. Yeah, because sometimes I might banish. Like something might happen where they might like cyclone this or something. Yeah.
Oh, you can grab it back after they cycle that. Right?
Yeah, they cyclone this.
Okay, that's nice. I like the recursion in it.
Oh, and one last thing I forgot to mention. This card is also broken because if this card's in the grave, right? Like if they twin twister me or something, get rid of it. I can banish any Ignister monster and just set it back on my board for free.
What?
Yeah, I almost forgot. That's like the most important thing. So it's pretty.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
okay. This card's broken, guys. Pick him up. Pick him up while they're hot.
Yeah, bro, it's really good.
Banish a monster in the graveyard.
So yeah,
and just reset this card. So if they just pop it on your turn, it just comes back.
It just comes back. Yeah, my opponents always get surprised with that. Yeah, so it's very important to remember that.
All right.
And then the one-ofs, the AI Love Reborn and the Ritual. So
the fusion.
Yeah, so we already went over the kind of like how if they have a Link monster, I can also like use their monster as well. So it's really good. It's a soft little super poly that's searchable. And then the Ritual spell is really nice because it allows me, if I have an Ignister on my board, I don't. It doesn't have to just be from my hand or field. It can also be from my grave. But I have to control an Ignister if I want to banish to summon the Ritual monster. So always keep that in mind because it's very crucial to remember. And then that's those. And then 3-sided minings. Broken. Yeah, you gotta play it. Because you got to get into these cards are Bikari and Ichichi. You gotta see them, man. Like these are very, very important to see. Otherwise, you're not gonna really OTK it as easily. So you gotta play 3-sided mines so you can always get these guys and get your engine going. Yeah, very, very important to have. So 3-sided mining, no question.
Yeah, no question.
Mandatory. Too good. And this is a going second deck, so we play Mind Control.
Okay.
And what's crazy about this is like. Even though I'm locked into only cyber stuff and everything, like this is really good because this has 3 different monster names, so I can just take anything I want, and then as long as I have 2 other monsters, just link into this. So the mind control really
it's super good. This one, man. Like, you're playing against dinos, then you take the ultimate conductor.
Yep. Even this one too, because it says at least 2 or more effect monsters. So obviously everyone's playing effect monsters. So so I have like targets for the mind control. It's really good to play. And then 3 Call by the Graves. I wasn't sure about this, but honestly, because Jordan Lodberg is really good this format, and because the deck searches so much with the Chi-Chi and Bikari, I really need those effects to go off. So I really play the Call by the Graves, even going second, because some decks going first have the hand traps in hand, and I really want to make sure I get my plays off. Otherwise, I can't really do too much. So I play 3 Call by the Graves. Yeah. And it really helps out, and it comes in handy because when they try to ash me, I just keep going. So
it slows down your deck, but
it slows down my deck.
It's worth it when it comes up, right?
Yeah, it's worth it honestly. And sometimes I usually side it out too if I know my opponent doesn't really have like a heavy hand trap lineup. Yeah, exactly. And obviously the 1 terraforming. I mean, come on, you gotta play.
You need your field spell. Right?
You need your field spell. If you don't have your field spell, it's gonna be a lot harder to OTK or just clear boards with. So you gotta play the terraforming. And then Monster Reborn. Actually, I've been trying this card out. Sometimes it really comes in handy with the AI Reborn because AI Reborn is once per turn, and sometimes I might need that extra summon from the grave, or even just to recover because sometimes if they clear my board, it's hard to recover with this deck sometimes. So Monster Reborn can sometimes help me like stay in the game, and it's easy to side out too. It's another reason why I like playing it. It's like easy to side out, so just 1 is fine as well.
Your last 3 cards?
Yeah, last 3 cards evenly matched, man. I was trying to play Twin Twister, honestly, because there can only be one's a problem, but I decided to play Evening because I have the Twin Twisters inside, but Evening match is just really good for monsters and Spell and Trap, yeah, back row as well. Lightning Storm is another option too you could play, and so if I ever get those, I might take this out for it. But at the moment, man, like this still comes up in handy. I can't attack, which sucks, but I mean, it can still get the job done.
Like the payoff, right?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Well, sometimes it's better to banish them face down than to
exactly. Yeah.
Onto the extra deck.
Yeah, onto the extra deck.
The spice.
The spice, man.
See it, man.
Yeah, so to start off, actually, no, let's start from the beginning. We'll start with fusions. So this card right here, the AI Golem. Man, this card, it's all right. It's pretty good. I just like it, honestly, for the Super Poly target. The effect is okay. I mean, when it's on summon, I don't take any damage for the rest of the turn, but I mean, that doesn't
if you actually use Super Poly, then it'd be really good.
It'd be really good with Super
really,
Poly because
really
they can't OTK you. Yeah, they can't kill you. So that's pretty good. But the other effect is like if it attacks, it can if it attacks a monster from the extra deck, it gains. I think it increases attack. Let me see. This card gains attack equal to its original attack. Wow. So it just so it becomes 46.
Yeah.
So it becomes 46 and can get over certain monsters. So it's pretty good. To clear certain monsters with high attack and stuff. And then the other effect is if it's destroyed by battle, I can target one Cyberus from my grave and special summon it. So it has a little, effect of special summon. But the only downside is only by battle though. So that's the only thing that sucks about it because it's not by card effects as well. Yeah, it says only destroyed by battle.
Yeah,
so that's
only killed by battle.
Yeah, only killed by battle, which kind of sucks, but it's all right,
I mean, if it comes up, it comes up.
Yeah, it comes up. Yeah, So that's that. And then for the synchros, we'll start off with this one. Oh man, this card right here.
Oh, Win Peggy's, man. I got clapped by that card.
Yeah, this card right here. Gotta play two of them. So he's pretty much like for every Ignister you control, you can destroy spells or traps your opponent controls. So it's really good to get rid of back row. And then the other effect is when it's in the grave, I can, if my opponent destroys anything I control, either by battle or card effect, I can banish him from the grave and target any card they control and put it into their...
Just shuffle it.
Yeah, just shuffle into the deck. So it just pretty much returns
a little bit of recursion. I like it.
Yeah, at least it does something in the grave. So that's why I like playing two, because sometimes I might need that second one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it might come in handy. So that's for this, and then the last synchro, Quantum Dragon.
So good.
So good. Doesn't target. It can attack twice, and if you have a Link monster, which this deck obviously plays Link monsters, they can attack. And another thing too, which is really cool, is the Abramax combo. You can do a soft lock because they both say that you have to target them for attacks. So if you have both on board, they literally can't attack you. Period. So that's like it's so good. Like sometimes if I go first, if I have the right hand, I can pull it off with having this and this on board. So it's like it's really good, to have. That's the last synchro.
Got it.
And then honestly, this is probably like my favorite one. Honestly, this one, the Light Dragon Ignister.
Yeah.
This card is so insane. So it's kind of like in Dingirsu. If my opponent would destroy any of my monsters by a card effect, I can literally detach and protect them. It doesn't matter what monster, if it's Cyberus or anything. It just says anything that would be destroyed by card effect.
It's literally a mini Dingirsu.
Yeah. And then the other effect is I can detach, and kind of like the Win one, but this one is for the monsters. Yeah. For every Ignister I control, I can destroy cards, monsters they control, and just blow them up. And it doesn't target, so it just says destroy face up. So yeah, the only way they get over is if it came destroyed by card effects. But other than that, it just gets rid of them.
I noticed it's generic too. So
it's generic,
not bad.
Yeah, which is really nice. 2 level 4s. Yeah, so it's really, really insane. And then also like when my favorite part about it is like when I attack with another Cyberus, I can summon any Link monster? Yeah, any Link monster. So like I can summon literally like like this from the
Abramax from the graveyard. Yeah.
That's pretty insane. So definitely like playing 2 of this card. It's so good. Blows people out. And then now we can get into the Link monsters. Play 2 Lingaribos. So good. I can pretty much tribute it, and anytime they activate a trap card, just negate it and destroy it.
Negate and banish.
So sometimes if I'm going first, like if I have to go first, and I can sometimes end on this. So if they try to evenly or something, I have this in response.
Right.
Which is pretty nuts. And and also with the Light Dragon, Lightning Storm. So And it's really good.
Oh,
going first.
it has recursion too, because it comes back from the graveyard.
Yeah.
So if you think they're gonna
yes.
evenly you, then you just bring it back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if I have this on board, I can tribute it and summon it from the grave. That's the grave effect.
Yeah.
So only for the extra deck monster. I wish it was main deck too, but it's still pretty
Well,
good.
you can do it during battle phase too. They wait till they call battle phase, and
Yeah,
then
exactly.
you get it.
Exactly.
And they're stuck.
So exactly. So it's so easy to like know when they're gonna do it, you know. So so that's Linger Rebo. And then the only link to our play is WizKid. That's the only one you really need, honestly, because you're gonna summon a lot. But this card, man, it really helps me with the combos because if it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects when it's pointing something, or if it's link summon, which is really nice to like kind of stall a little bit. But what the best part about this card and why we play is because if we summon like a monster to its marker, I can banish the Cybers from my grave and add a tuner. So you pretty much just get the level 3 tuner, the green one, and add it to your hand, which is really nice for more extending plays and stuff. So you definitely want to play one of this. Yeah, because it's really good.
Got it.
And then you gotta play Transcode Talker. This card right here is good. We all know its original effect. You know, it gets just summoned from the grave a link monster that's linked 3 or lower, and just summon it to its marker. And it gains the 500 attack, and I believe they can't be targeted, right? Both monsters can't be targeted. Yeah, so that's pretty much what Transcode does, and it's really good because sometimes, like when I link summon into this, like I link summon, and then I can special summon the Ignister in my main monster zone.
Yeah.
And then summon like WizKid from the grave, so I have 3 monsters. That way I can summon Dark Templar. So it's really good. You know, for the combo. And then obviously, man, you gotta play 2 of this guy, man. This card is so good. So his first effect is really nice because if it destroys a monster by battle, I can target a Cybers from my graveyard and special summon it. So it's just like to, you know, build my board up again from my grave and just go for OTKs. So it's really good. And then the other effect is when a monster is summoned to its marker, I can summon as many Ignisters from my grave to the markers that it points to. So I summon 1 and I can just summon 2 from the grave. Yeah, so it's just insane.
It's like a super extender, basically. Right?
Super extender, yeah.
I like it.
And it's really good because sometimes with this, it helps me go into Avermax. So I usually like, you know, leave one of them and I can go into Linger Rebo. Like this when Linger Rebo is nice to like just go into that.
It's already free.
It's already free,
yeah.
exactly. So, you know, but yeah, Avermax, I mean, come on. Cybers. It's just too good. Like you gotta play this card.
Yeah.
Attack anything, especially summon, gain the attack, can't be targeted. I mean, like I said, with the Quantum Dragon soft lock, like you gotta play this card.
MVP, man.
MVP,
yeah,
bro.
So
It can really do some damage. And then finally, and also this too. I play the fire one as well.
That one's the good one.
Yeah, this one's pretty good. It doesn't come up. It can come up at times. It's really nice because when it attacks, instead of dealing battle damage to that monster, it does damage by its attack. So I can do 2,300 for free. So it's really good for like time and stuff.
Right,
And another thing that's cool is like when it's destroyed by battle, I can just summon it back the next standby phase. Battle or card effect, yeah. So battle by or card effect, I can just summon it back, and it's just really nice. And but if it's destroyed by a card effect, I can destroy 1 monster they control.
Oh, one card, yeah.
So
wow,
that's really good.
Oh, 1 monster, I mean, yeah.
So it does come up at times when I need it. It can pull through. And last but not least, man, the Link 5.
The legend.
The only deck
Dark
that can really
Fluid.
play this at its best at the moment. Yeah, the Dark. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, Dark Fluid, bro. This card, man, I'm telling you. Sometimes if I have to go first, I can summon him and end it with him. But yeah, bro, for every different types of Cybers that I use, it gains a counter. And it gains 2,500 for every one, which is so dumb. And then it can just negate monsters or effects, not once per turn, too. So that's very, very nice. And if it's during the battle phase when I'm negating, I can attack again. So I lose the 25, but I just keep on attacking every time. So.
Have you ever made this a 15K?
No,
ever
man.
done it?
I never.
haven't done it?
I've done it with the Fusion, Synchro, and XCs, but I haven't done it with the Ritual yet.
You
So
gotta
hopefully
do it.
I will with the Ritual one
That's
day.
the dream, man.
That's the dream. But yeah, man, you gotta play this. It's good. Too good.
Sick main.
Yeah, and then
let's see that
that's the
sideboard.
main.
Let's
So
see
yeah,
that
with the
side.
side deck, 3 draws. Trust me, the Spiral's running around. I mean, this is a good card to play right now. And even other certain decks too get hit by this too. So very important to play. I like playing it. Yeah, you gotta definitely try this format. It's too good. And then the one Panker Tops. I mean, sometimes it
Rip
comes
the
in
void.
handy. Sometimes, like, if my opponent has, like, there can only be one, I summon this and then shoot and get rid of it. So it happened before, so it's pretty good. And it's just, like, a good little out to certain things. So I like playing that one. The other one-ups, I play the one red reboot because Ultigeist now is really good. And it's starting to see more play, so I play that. And yeah, I mean, I like playing it right now in this
Last
format.
one up? You got one
The
more
last
one up?
one up is the Raigeki. I might main it, but sometimes if I'm playing like Salmon Grid or something, they have Banelings and it doesn't really help.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't really.
It doesn't really help, but it's still really good against a lot of other decks. But like also with the Orcus, if they have Dengirsu too, so I kind of sided it because if I know the deck can't survive off Raigeki, I can you know, play it. So I like playing the one up. It's fine. So now the Virus, man. A lot of these decks are comboing, so just to, you know, shut them down, gotta play Nibiru.
Yep, you clapped my deck.
Yeah, right, yeah, I did it with you, so yeah, you gotta play 3. It's too good.
Yeah.
See this format with Spiral and other decks. This card too. Another card you could main as well, but I like siding it because if it's a deck like True Draco or Sky Striker or something that doesn't really like have big boards, it's kind of bad, especially since I can't do damage too, which kind of sucks. So I like siding it for decks like Spiral or Magician Pendulum if I'm playing that, or Crusadia or something, you know. It can come up really well, so I like playing 3 of this.
It's nice because your Link 4 pops every monster.
Exactly.
And then your Synchro pops every backwards.
Exactly.
It's free.
So exactly. So it really works wonders with this card. And then the last of back row decks, man. You gotta play 3 Twin Twister. I like playing 3 of this instead of the Cyclone because Doyon can help me like get cards back, like monsters and stuff. Or even the spell, like sometimes I might ditch the spell and I would link with the Doyon, the purple one, and still get the spell back. So like Twin Twister is really good. It doesn't really hurt me that much. Or if I have a monster in hand, I have the AI Reborn, I can dump the monster and then summon it with Reborn. So Twin Twister kind of works more with the synergy of my deck than Cyclone. But you can play Cyclone if you want, but I just prefer Twin Twister for this deck in particular. But yeah,
because you're pitching stuff.
Exactly, I'm pitching stuff and I just get them back. So, and that's pretty much the deck.
Thanks for the deck profile.
Yeah, no problem, man. Just want to shout out to my boys, DBM. For helping me get the case so we can get all the stuff together. But yeah.
All right, man. Good luck at the regional.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, the Sunday.
We're gonna kill it.
All right, thank you.
World ends now.